Hey everyone, and welcome back to another video. In today's episode, we're gonna be visiting one of Colombia's most popular destinations, Tayrona National Park. As always, I'll cover everything you need to know to help you plan your next trip, from how to get there, where to stay, what to bring, and a few helpful tips along the way. With that said, this is Backpack Gringo covering Colombia's Tayrona National Park. Tayrona is one of the most visited parks in Colombia, and for a good reason. With its hidden beaches, thick jungle trails, and abundant wildlife, it feels like stepping into a lost paradise. Now, in order to help you plan your next visit to Tayrona, I'm gonna quickly break down everything you need to know. In order to enter the park, there's actually several entrances to choose from, with the main and most popular being El Zaino. This entrance provides the shortest and most direct access to the park's beaches, and I'd recommend that you use this entrance as well. However, on Google Maps, you can see that this entrance isn't very centrally located, so to make the trip more feasible, you do have several options on where to stay. What most people do is stay in neighboring cities like Santa Marta, Taganga, or Palomino and take a bus to the park. These cities and towns are all touristic, and they have buses that drop you off right at the entrance. You can also hop back on a bus after you're done, and that'll take you right back to your city of stay. From Palomino, it's about a 1.5 hour bus ride. Santa Marta is a 1 hour ride, and from Taganga, it's about 45 minutes. Also note that in Taganga, they also offer boat rides that take you directly to the national park beaches, but just note that this boat ride goes through very rough and choppy waters, so it's best to avoid this option if possible. If you're looking to stay a little closer, there's actually several hotels and resorts that are in walking distance of El Zaino. We opted to spend the weekend at a luxury resort called Senda Cogiwa, and while it was approximately $100 a night, it definitely made our trip stress-free. The resort was peaceful, and we got to have a great breakfast the day of our adventure, and only had to walk 7 minutes down the road to the park entrance. And finally, for those who like overnight camping experiences, Tayrona does offer the option of renting a tent or a hammock, which allows you to sleep overnight by the beaches. In order to ensure that you have a comfortable and relaxing day at the park, I'd recommend bringing the following items, all of which can be purchased at the shops right at the park entrance. You'll need a backpack to carry all of your items, water, snacks, mosquito spray, sunscreen, towels, a pair of flip-flops, and most importantly, Colombian pesos. Throughout the 2-hour hike, you'll find people selling drinks and snacks along the way. We didn't think we were going to buy anything, but since it was so hot and humid, we ended up purchasing several things just to keep us going. On the day of your trip, when you get to the park entrance, there's a ticket booth on your right-hand side. Here, you'll need to buy 2 things. The first is a mandatory insurance, and the price depends on whether you're staying overnight. Since we were just doing a day trip, we paid 7,000 Colombian pesos each. After that, you'll get into a second line to buy the park entry ticket. At the time we went, for foreigners it costed 77,500 Colombian pesos. After that, you can quickly use the bathrooms, grab a bite to eat, or shop at the shops prior to heading in. Once you pass the gate, you'll see vans lined up on the right about 200 feet in. These take you right to the main trailheads and are absolutely worth it. They take on average about 10 minutes and save you over an hour of walking. And finally, after your ride, you're ready to set off on your adventure through Tayrona National Park. If you take the El Zaino entrance, you'll have to hike 1.5 hours to reach the first beach. This one is pretty open and plain, so most people end up skipping this and walking 30 minutes past to the most famous beach in the park, Cabo San Juan. And as a friendly tip, if you don't want to walk the 1.5 hours, you can also rent a horse towards the beginning of the trail. When you arrive to Cabo San Juan, you can pat yourself on the back for making it all the way here. While it's not the longest of hikes, it definitely isn't easy due to the humidity and the heat. But not to worry, because at this beach, you'll find a restaurant, a place to change and shower, the overnight campgrounds, amazing scenic views, and plenty of shade to have a relaxing day on the beach.
Super humid, but we almost done. I think it's a total of about 4 hours of walking or so, but we're almost at the parking lot. Let's go.
When you're ready to head out, there are showers available to quickly rinse off the salt water before making your way back to the park entrance. Also, be sure to have some extra Colombian pesos on hand for the shared bus that originally dropped us off at the start of the trails. Additionally, if you came by bus from a nearby city or town, the buses, which only accept cash, will stop right in front of the El Zaino entrance. And if you don't feel like waiting, you can always grab a taxi or possibly an Uber as well. A special thanks to everyone who has made it to the end of this video. I hope this guide on visiting Tayrona National Park helps you to plan your next trip. Please feel free to leave any questions or thoughts in the comments section below. And as always, I would greatly appreciate if you could give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Doing so really helps this small platform grow and allows these types of videos to be shared with fellow travelers. So thanks again for tuning into another video brought to you by yours truly, Backpack Gringo.